Have you ever checked your bank account or wallet and found unexpected money? A refund, a forgotten payment, or even a random act of kindness? What if I told you that moments like these might not be random at all? Could there be a deeper meaning, perhaps something rooted in karma, generosity, or even Buddhist teachings? Today, we'll uncover how Buddhist principles shed light on why unexpected wealth may come into our lives, how we can cultivate abundance through good karma, and why generosity is the ultimate key to unlocking prosperity. Stay with me, and I'll also share inspiring stories that might change how you see wealth forever. Buddhist teachings on wealth and karma. Wealth in Buddhism is like fire. It can cook your food or burn your house. Whether it's beneficial or harmful depends entirely on how we acquire it, use it, and relate to it. Unlike materialistic views that often glorify wealth as the ultimate goal, or ascetic philosophies that shun it, Buddhism takes a balanced, practical approach. It teaches us to use wealth wisely, with 3 guiding principles. 1. Generosity, Dana, the path to prosperity. Generosity is much more than giving, it's a practice of letting go. By giving freely without expecting anything in return, we cultivate the purest form of karma. Imagine planting a seed in fertile soil. It doesn't sprout immediately. But when it does, it bears fruit far greater than the seed itself. Generosity works the same way in our lives. Example: a woman in ancient India gave her last handful of rice to a monk passing through her village. Despite her poverty, her act of selflessness changed her fortune. Soon, her family found work, and their life transformed, a karmic return for her pure-hearted giving. Generosity isn't limited to material wealth. It can be your time, compassion, or even a smile. The simplest gestures can ripple out and create a wave of positivity in the world. 2. Right livelihood, ethical wealth creation. Buddhism urges us to consider not just how much we earn but how we earn it. The Eightfold Path emphasizes right livelihood, which means earning wealth without harming others or compromising our ethics. This principle ensures that the energy tied to our wealth remains positive. Example: think of someone running an ethical business, offering fair wages and sustainable products. Their profits may grow more slowly, but the wealth they generate is clean and karmically aligned. Compare this to someone who exploits others for quick gain. Their wealth may grow, but it carries the weight of negative karma. 3. Detachment, the art of letting go. Buddhism teaches that clinging to wealth leads to suffering. Picture holding onto sand. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips away. Wealth should flow like a river, nourishing you and others without stagnating. Detachment doesn't mean rejecting wealth but using it mindfully and without attachment. Reflection question: how much of your stress comes from holding onto wealth, possessions, or financial worries? Detachment invites us to release that burden and find peace. How karma shapes prosperity. Understanding karma beyond reward and punishment. Karma is often misunderstood as a rigid system of cosmic reward and punishment, where good actions lead to immediate rewards and bad actions result in suffering. In Buddhism, however, karma is far more nuanced and interconnected. It's not a ledger of actions but a natural law, an intricate web of cause and effect. Every thought, word, and deed plants a seed in this karmic garden. And over time, these seeds bear fruit. The fruit can manifest as opportunities, relationships, or even financial abundance. Wealth, whether sudden or gradual, is one of the many outcomes of this process. But why does unexpected money appear? To understand this, we must first grasp the profound interconnectedness of our actions. Often illustrated as ripples in a vast, interconnected lake. The nature of karmic ripples. Imagine tossing a pebble into a calm lake. The ripples spread outward, touching every part of the water, colliding with other ripples, and creating patterns that extend far beyond the initial point of impact. This is how karma operates. When you perform a kind deed, offer help selflessly, or make an ethical decision, you create positive ripples. These ripples interact with others, sometimes in ways we can't immediately see. Over time, they come back to us, often in forms we least expect: an unexpected bonus, financial help during hard times, or a surprise opportunity. Example: a farmer who often shared his harvest with those in need found himself in dire straits during a drought. Unexpectedly, an old friend, deeply moved by the farmer's past generosity, offered him a loan that saved his livelihood. This wasn't mere coincidence, it was karma in action, the fruition of seeds planted long ago. In this way, karma reminds us that every action, no matter how small, holds the potential to create profound changes in our lives and the lives of others. The role of intention in karma. Karma is not just about what you do, it's also about why you do it. The energy behind your actions matters deeply. Giving with a sincere, compassionate heart creates far greater positive energy than giving reluctantly or with selfish motives. Consider two people donating to charity. One gives out of genuine care for those in need, while the other donates to gain recognition or praise. Although both actions appear similar, the karmic energy they generate is vastly different. The sincerity of the first donor aligns more closely with the natural flow of positive karma, making their actions more impactful. This principle also applies to how we earn wealth. Ethical work that uplifts others generates karmic ripples that often return in unexpected and beneficial ways. Example of unexpected wealth. A struggling musician performed for free at a small charity event, motivated purely by the desire to support a good cause. Years later, one of the attendees, inspired by her talent and selflessness, became a sponsor for her career, opening doors to opportunities she never imagined. Her act of giving without expectation planted seeds that blossomed into significant financial and professional growth. The long-term perspective of karma. One of the most fascinating aspects of karma is its time frame. Karma doesn't operate on a fixed schedule. The seeds we plant today might bear fruit tomorrow, years from now, or even in another lifetime. This long-term perspective encourages patience and trust in the process. When sudden wealth or good fortune appears, it's often the culmination of actions and intentions from the past, sometimes from moments we've forgotten or taken for granted. It's important to recognize and honor these moments of abundance, not as random strokes of luck but as reminders of the interconnectedness of all things. While karma brings prosperity through past actions, we can actively cultivate more positive ripples in our lives. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through generosity. Generosity doesn't have to involve grand gestures or large sums of money. It can be as simple as sharing your time, offering a listening ear, or lending a helping hand. What matters is the purity of your intention. Generosity is like throwing multiple pebbles into the lake, each one creating ripples that intersect and amplify, increasing the likelihood of positive returns. Reflection exercise. Think back to a time when you received unexpected help or wealth. What ripples might you have sent out into the world to make that happen? Could it have been a small act of kindness or a decision to support someone in need? Examples that illuminate the power of karma. 1. The story of the kind shopkeeper. A small shopkeeper, known for her generosity in offering food to those who couldn't afford it, found herself struggling during a recession. One day, a wealthy customer, touched by her kindness years earlier, offered to invest in her business. This act of gratitude revitalized her shop, allowing her to continue her acts of generosity on an even greater scale. 2. The philanthropic investor. A businessman who anonymously funded scholarships for underprivileged students faced financial losses later in life. To his surprise, several of the beneficiaries of his generosity, now successful professionals, reached out to support him, citing his past selflessness as their inspiration. Practical insights: how to cultivate positive karmic ripples. Mind your intentions. Before taking any action, ask yourself, am I doing this from a place of sincerity or expectation? The purity of your intention will determine the energy you generate. Embrace small acts. Don't underestimate the power of small, kind gestures. A simple smile, a supportive word, or a helping hand can set profound karmic ripples in motion. Trust the process. Remember, karma operates on its own timeline. Be patient, and trust that the positive seeds you plant will bear fruit when the time is right. By understanding how karma shapes prosperity, we unlock a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of our actions and their outcomes. Unexpected wealth becomes less of a mystery, and more of a reflection of the goodness we send into the world. Keep sowing seeds of kindness, and trust that the ripples will return to you in ways that uplift your life and the lives of those around you. Practical steps to cultivate prosperity. Now that we understand the connection between karma and prosperity, how can we actively cultivate abundance in our lives? Here are 3 actionable steps based on Buddhist wisdom. 1. Practice generosity with a pure heart. Start by giving within your means. Whether it's donating to a charity, offering your skills to someone in need, or simply being a good listener, every act of generosity creates a karmic ripple. The key is to give selflessly, without expecting a return. Challenge: try giving something today, a compliment, your time, or a small donation, and observe how it shifts your mindset. 2. Cultivate gratitude daily. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice that rewires your mind. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you open yourself to greater abundance. Exercise: write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive wealth and prosperity. 3. Align your work with right livelihood. Reflect on your career or business. Are your actions aligned with your values? If not, what small steps can you take to bring them into harmony? Ethical work may take longer to yield results, but the rewards are deeper and more enduring. Stories that inspire. 1. The Merchant and the Golden Bowl. A poor merchant once offered food to a wandering monk. Later, he stumbled upon a golden bowl buried in the earth. The monk explained that the bowl was a karmic reward for his selfless act. The merchant used his newfound wealth to help others, creating a cycle of abundance. To the generous monk. In the cold Himalayan winter, a monk gave his only blanket to a traveler. Word of his generosity spread, and the local villagers provided him with food, clothing, and shelter. His story demonstrates how one act of selflessness can inspire a community to give back. 3 Modern example, the unexpected bonus. A woman who spent years volunteering at a local shelter received an unexpected promotion at work. Her boss revealed that her selflessness inspired him, showing how even unseen acts of kindness can influence others in surprising ways. In the end, wealth, whether it's expected or not, is a reflection of the seeds we sow through our actions. Buddhist teachings remind us to view money not as a source of attachment but as a tool to create good in the world. Generosity, gratitude, and ethical living are the keys to unlocking true abundance. So, the next time you receive unexpected money, pause and reflect. How can you use it to give back, to grow, and to create even more positivity in the world? Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little wisdom in their life. Let's spread the teachings of Buddhism and help each other cultivate abundance and joy.